In this video I'm gonna show you how you build a awesome and nice symmetrical, neat looking train spiral. So hold on, my Satisfactory friends. Welcome everybody, I'm Papa Snusi and this is a short tutorial video on how to make some train spirals. So let's begin. Okay, first of all, this is totally achievable without any mods. But I'm using mods here because first for showcasing purposes and second, this is a totally empty safe. There's absolutely nothing in it here and I unlocked all the technology through some mods. So we don't have to deal with any lag. Okay, now step by step how I build my train spirals. So in this case, the train line has to come here and continue on top of the mountain here. You don't have to build spirals, but I mean, hey, they look cool, right? Right. Okay, first I show you the absolute easiest way to build a train spiral, and for that you have to know to make a train track at exactly 90-degree angle. You need 3 foundation in width, so 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, right? And then you can place it like so and it's perfectly 90 degrees. Keep that in mind if we continue here. Then for the first incline we're gonna make it 4. So we start our 90-degree turn around here, because don't do that mistake and build directly from the flat foundations where you come from. And to make it look nice, build first this track, then build it that way, and that's nicely connected and starts pretty smooth into the incline. Then we start with that 3 foundation system. So 1, 2, and then here you make a flat one. Then 1 and 2, and then you could potentially build the 90-degree turn with your train track. But before you build the track, I usually do 1 flat foundation and then a ramp, because later on we can build some supports exactly in the middle here. And then you repeat that pattern. There's this first foundation, the second, the third, then there's the first foundation, second and the third, and on the next one you do the flat foundation and a ramp. And now you can potentially build your train track up here with some 90 degrees turns, and it looks something like that. So now you can build some foundations to it or whatever you like. I'm gonna take some pillars right now here and this and this, and it's nicely supported with the flat foundations right here. And now you can repeat this pattern until you reach the height you want. Something like this. And then on top you do exactly the same like before on the start. Build to this foundation from this side, and from the other side we go all the way to there. Make this like that and it's perfectly smooth. Okay, that is your spiral, the easiest one to build with nice 90-degree turns and absolutely no bumps in between where you build. Now the next thing you want to do is you remove all the foundations you don't need, so leave just that with the ramp on it and the flat bottom. Everything else you delete. And now it looks something like this. Now what you're gonna decide now is how you make the pillars and the supports, and that's just personal preferences. You can do a middle tower like with the foundation frames, and then you connect some side arms out of it. So for example, you take this arm to here, and then maybe you can make something like this, and it fine supports the supports. And that would then look like something like this. And that. And I quickly changed my mind on the top end here. Instead of going straight over there, I did make another elevation up and do go straight over there. And what for the end goes, I usually do something like you grab this double ramp connect it to somewhere down here. Do build it straight down like so, and on the end you can make something like take a 1 meter foundation, then grab the inverted ramp 2 meters like this, then grab the inverted ramp 1 meter on the other end here, and maybe you can even do another 1 meter here. Delete this bad boys, and there you have it. Nice support on this side here as well. You can even do take another inverted ramp, the big one here, and you have a nice support there. And you can continue with your train line. What you also can do is build the supports outside, but as I said, totally personal reference there. Okay, my Satisfactory friends, that was the easy one. Now, let's build the awesome stuff. Let's build the cool stuff. Let's build the most beautiful train spiral you have ever seen. So I prepared something. Now we're gonna go with 2 train lines, 2 train tracks, and this time we're gonna connect the train tracks in the middle of the foundation, so the supports can go directly on here. And to get the nice turns, it's always one thing: you have to go and count the foundations up, like I did here. Let's place that, and place that thing, and it's again totally 90 degrees, but you can make any turn to a 90 degree as well. One thing we have to remember there is build this train track segment first and then connect this to that, and that's not a perfect 90 degrees, but it makes 90 degree with a little bit of a sharp turn, but it totally works there. Then you can delete this segment and continue on the next row like that. But for this example we're gonna make it nice and symmetrical, and for this we have to keep in mind something. First you count your foundations. So in between the supports I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foundations, then the flat one, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foundations, then the supports 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foundations, flat one, and this continues to next level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foundations, then we're gonna make a flat one with these guys on each side, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flat one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flatty one with the ramps on the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and flat one, and so on, and you are exactly above the other foundations you placed on top. And then you continue this method until you reach the point where you have to go, and after that you build the train tracks and then you purify it. So I'll be right back. Okay, I built the lines all the way to the top. Now the pattern as usual, delete the not required foundations like this. That, don't be afraid to delete a train track segment, you can always connect it back to it. And then let your imagination go wild and do whatever you like for the supports. Now I'm gonna figure out something cool and I catch you there. And here we are, my Satisfactory friends. So I dared to build something, and that is, as this train spiral is symmetric, we have one middle piece, one middle foundation that goes right through the middle here, and I connected some ramps up to support the train tracks, and also with these pillars here we did support it way down till the end. And you know, I like it a little bit realistic, and that's just my opinion, and as I said, totally perfect preferences. I like it kind of realistic, even though train spirals are not that realistic, right? But yeah, there you have it. And I even added some lights here. So take the power poles on the walls, the Mark III ones, and they have beautiful lights. They do shine nicely in the evening and in the night as well. So let me turn the time back to day. And the usual stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be shy on details, so I'll add this lookout tower here on this beginning of the train line of the train spiral. I have this segment, and that's way on the bottom there as well. And you know, nicely smooth ramps and proper endings to the supports and whatnot, and yeah. That's how I build my train spirals. Now let me know in the comments down below if this video was helpful, and you can write me down as well if you have liked this kind of video where I do some tutorials. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, because in my Let's Play series we build awesome looking things like this train bridge, and they have a actual purpose as well, in combination with a total functioning train tunnel. And here's my train spiral I did build for my bauxite train line, and they work really great to gain some elevation. As well as I am building a hyper super duper mega base in this tower here, so don't miss on the next episode. And last but not least, to remember that trains are using more power when they have to climb some elevation. So keep that in mind if you expand your rail network. On this note, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I catch you next time. Bye bye.